wrestling from 5 years old up until now. When I line up on bottom, I expect to get out, 100%. I expect to get out every single time. Okay, I even took bottom after I got ridden out a whole period, just to prove my point. But, you know, it's an attitude. If you want to get out, you'll honestly get out. Okay, with no technique, you'll get out. If you plan on getting out, and you get mat returned 5 times, you know, it's easy to change your mind and settle in on bottom. But the reality is, there's always something you can do on bottom to get out. So no matter what you do on bottom, no matter what you learn at this camp, you know, when it comes down to the matches, when it comes down to practice, when it comes down to getting better at bottom, it's really just coming down to your attitude. If you want to get out, you'll get out. You know, I see it with these guys all the time. You know, I can tell if they're trying to get out, and I can tell if they're actually trying to get out. So, you know, just something to think about. So, first thing, you know, depending on what side, this isn't really a big deal. I like to sit on one of my ankles and keep one of them up. Okay, this just gives me a little extra power when I shoot to my feet. Okay, but I don't want to go right into a stand-up because the reality is, you know, especially now, there's always a guy that's going to break it down. Everybody's chopping, you know, they're doing something off the whistle. So bottom is also about making adjustments. Okay, if I got a guy that's chopping me into the mat, I'm not going to be able to inside leg stand up here because I'm not going to be able to get the power, you know, to get out. So first things first, I go out of balance. This guy's been chopping me into the mat. I make an adjustment. First adjustment, and it's really simple. I anticipate Nick chopping me. Right here, go ahead, chop me. He chops me, I land on my forearm, okay? If I know he's chopping me, I'm not gonna try to fight it. I'm not gonna try to clear it. I'm not gonna try to blow to my feet. Just gonna land on my forearm, right here, okay? And I gotta keep my hand out. Once your hand starts coming in here, that's when you start getting chopped over this, okay? And that's when he starts getting your wrist. So, the first thing you gotta focus on is getting a good base. So he's gonna chop, landing on my forearm right here, my hand's turned out. I keep my elbow in tight, right here, I'm in a tight base. Now, this certainly isn't a great position to get to my feet, but I want to establish my base first, okay, because we're trying to get out on the best guys in the country. So, I establish my base, okay, I want to keep a base. Nick's trying to break me down, here, hands turned out. If he's trying to chop me on this side, I'll like to look back. I'll look back at Nick, and I'll circle here, because then he'll probably go the other side. He'll chop, turn my hand, circle back. So that's basically what I used to warm up with as far as keeping my base, just chops, circling in, keeping a wide base, chop, circling in, keeping my hands out, keeping my elbows tight to my knees so he can't get under me. Now, so the best guys in the country, they're gonna chop us, they're gonna stop our first move. Now another thing I like to drill, and I still do a lot of it from bottom, is, so Nick chops me down here. Now there's a couple things you can do. Okay, you could do an outside leg stand up, which I don't want to go over right now because, you know, some of you might not feel comfortable with that. But very simple drill is you're gonna take, if he's trying to chop you on this side, I'm gonna sneak my foot. Coach Kale showed David Taylor this trick back in the day because he could never get out from bottom wrestling any of us. And what he would do is he would take his foot, hook it right on the inside of here, and just throw him off to the side. Okay, we do this drill for a while. Nick would chop me to this side. I would land on my forearm, turn my hand out. I'm just gonna sneak my foot to the center, and I'm gonna drop to my head, kick Nick off. That's a good kick. Okay, he's gonna go the other side. Right here. Kicking, other side, keeping a base, kicking. What that's doing is, it's giving me the space to blow up to my feet, okay? I don't even want you guys standing up yet. I just want you to establish a good base. The partner's gonna chop you, anticipate landing on your forearms, turn your hands out. Elbows in tight, right here. If he's chopping me over and I feel like I'm starting to go, just circle into it, look back at it, okay? Once he tries to chop you a couple times, now you're gonna start working your kicks. Here, other side. Here, keep going. Just like that. Okay, we're just gonna warm up with that. There's no trick to it. taught this to 8-year-olds a couple days ago. They had no clue how to do it the first time. By the end of the practice, they were able to, you know, kick off, outside leg stand up, standing switch, standing Peterson, you name it. So pay attention, base, hands out, elbows in tight, circling back into it if I feel like I'm going down. He's chopping this side, I'm kicking this way. That's all it is. He's chopping this way, he's chopping, I find the inside of his leg, kick it off. Kick it off. Okay? Go do that for like 30 seconds and then switch. 1, 2, 3.